What is going on, y'all? It's your man, Mike Deloach, here bringing you some content of a black man in New Mexico. And today, we bring you another podcast of, lessons in life. And today's lesson is the fact that it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. You know what I mean? And me, I'm a music buff. You know what I mean? And more so of 80s, 90s, early 2000s, but definitely more the 80s, 90s, and maybe a little bit of the 70s. You know what I mean? But if you compare the type of music they had back then versus the type of R&B you hear now, obviously we're living in a different time, but the sound itself is completely different. Now, whether the music reflects the signs of the times, that's another story for another day. But again, we're gonna get into how it was done. You feel me? And for me back in the day, it's the way they brought about sex. It wasn't so direct. In some cases it may have been, and of course it got a little more aggressive as time progressed, but it was more subtle, when they were a little more clever about, in a way, asking for sex or even talking about sex. You know what I'm saying? And even now it's so direct. It's almost like, thinking of sex is almost like foreplay. You want to build up, give him something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, if he, treat me well within foreplay, I can only imagine. You know what I mean? It makes that imagination go wild, and hopefully, you can back it up, when it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's how you do it, because some cats may only do foreplay, or that foreplay, may be done different from other guys. You know what I'm saying? But what I was gonna say is that sometimes that foreplay may cover up what they can actually do, and the fact that they may not be so grand, and when it comes down to it in the bedroom, that foreplay could have, probably helped, that woman overlook that, if you would, depending on how he do it, when some cats just don't do no foreplay, you know what I'm saying, but they know how to do it, you know what I mean. And again, it's how you do it, and but back to the music, it's just, how they done it was a different way, you know what I'm saying, and compared to now, but that goes hand in hand with whatever it is that you may be doing. I just reference music because, you got so many people that's trying to make music, and, it's only a select few that really blow up. Granted, it may be by choice, or they may have been, picked or whatever, but, sometimes too, it's still how you do it. Like I said, you have two people rap about the same thing, but their style and their cadence and their delivery, may just be completely different, or that's what, makes you gravitate towards one versus the other. It could be verbiage, it could be the, the vocabulary. Granted, I feel like T.I., he taking a little overboard these days, but, but like the vocabulary and just the way that person mind works, the way they're able to put together those metaphors rather than just, having words rhyme. And that could be, the determining factor. At the end of the day, you got one person that seem like they putting together rhymes, but you got one person who was able to tell a story, metaphorically, and still have it rhyme. You know what I mean? But again, it's how you do it. That's what makes a great poet versus, somebody that's not so great. It's how they did it, how their delivery was, Same thing, we could talk sports, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Michael Jordans of his time, or the Michael Jordan of his time, it was how he did it. You know what I'm saying? He stayed with one team and kind of got a team to build around him, and he was still able to be great and have a great team. And Jordan would always be Jordan because of how he played the game, how he did it. Same thing with Julius Erving, just the way he was. Magic Johnson, Steve Nash, Karl Malone, Tim Duncan. It's all the way how they did it. You know what I'm saying? Hakeem Olajuwon. It was just all how they did it. Even LeBron. It's all how he did it. Yeah, he was a great player. He bounced around a little bit, but LeBron is still LeBron in his own right, just because of how he did it coming straight out of high school. You know what I'm saying? And was kind of like knew he was gonna be fire in high school. You know what I mean? It's how he did it. And again, keep that in mind. That goes with anything what you aspire to do. Whether that be clothing. Like it's how you do it, how you promote it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got this clothing line or selling any type of product and you don't know how to market yourself, whereas you may have let's say you have the better product compared to another competitor, whereas that competitor is real savvy about marketing and how to get the word of mouth around to others, a little more than you. And that may put that person in a position, that competitor, to be able to obtain that better quality. And at that point, if you ain't been able to do it, if you don't know the know-how, or just didn't do it as good as that person did it, you really can't be mad, because at the end of the day, and that kind of proves, like I said, you could have, I don't know, maybe this may be a stretch, but my first thought is you can have, a lot of resources, you know what I mean, and don't know what to do with it. And you can have somebody who don't have that accessibility to those resources, but as soon as they were able to get in contact with somebody who can help them out, they know how to do it, and like I said, it could go for a number of things, just even with, talking to people, you know what I'm saying, or hollering at women, vice versa. You may have some cats that you may see when you're out and about, like, dang, man, how you pull her? You know what I'm saying? And that's proven too, like I said, this guy could have all, and this kind of ties into the resources. Like I said, this guy could be a handsome man. A handsome man. You know what I'm saying? Women may look at him like, dang, he's sexy as hell. You know what I mean? But here it is, whenever he, get to interacting with women, he may not have a vibrant interaction with them. You know what I'm saying? And some cats, like, they know how to make women laugh. You know what I mean? So people like, dang, how did he get her? He knew how to make her laugh. You know what I mean? And versus your jokes may just been dry. You know what I mean? And, she kind of, but may think like, dang, this dude corny. You know what I'm saying? But, you got that one guy who may not look so handsome, but may have some body to him or whatever, working out. And, he able to kind of use his charm. You know what I'm saying? He may be the one that end up with that girl, then you looking at him like, dang, how he pull her? You know what I'm saying? So, again, keep in mind, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And that's how you do it is what's going to take you to that next level. You know what I mean? If you sitting here doing things that were, relevant in the time of the 70s or 80s, and here it is, it's the, 21st century, you sitting here going off those old methods, and then you got this new school, come through and, swoop them up or swoop somebody up or whatever the case may be, So, and that may be another, just about change, how you got to adapt. And, I do got a little video about adapt to your environment, but not to get off topic. Like I said, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I think it's, simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't have to give too many examples, for you to get the gist of what I'm trying to say. It's like you hear that phrase oh so often. You know what I'm saying? And it's cliches are cliches because 9 times out of 10 they true. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure other people have proven those cliches to be true, such as this one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you see it in your day-to-day, like I say. So, But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. Keep in mind, like I say, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So, plan your work and work your plan. You know what I'm saying? So know how you gonna attack things, know how you gonna approach things, know what's the best way, because you may have an objective in mind what you're trying to achieve, but you're going about it the wrong way. And somebody may have that same objective and get into that spot where you want to be, and then you stuck looking like, dang, how they get up, how they get it, and I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? It was how they did it versus how you did it. So, but it's your man Mike Deloach again, just bring another lesson in life podcast. Along to go along with the content of a black man in New Mexico. But if you haven't already, like the video. If it resonated with you, like the video so we can get it to circulate. You know what I mean? Comment as well, if you experienced it or, seen it within somebody else or seen it, tried and true within yourself too. And you realize it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know what I mean? Because again, that can be what's going to help you level up. You know what I mean? But share the video as well. Get it out to people, like you say, so they can see, have their thoughts on it, and they can comment as well, and last but not least, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell as well, so that you'll get notified whenever we drop podcasts or some videos, you know what I mean? But again, this your man, Mike Deloach, and until next time, we'll holla back.
As always, thank you for watching A Black Man in New Mexico with your man, Mike Deloach. So, if you haven't already, hit that icon in the corner. Be sure to click on my face so that you can subscribe to the channel and get uploaded, when we drop that new content. And by the way, be sure to check out one of these videos here as well, to see what else we got going on in the content, But again, we appreciate you. It's your man, Mike Deloach. And until next time, we'll holla back.